Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Aisha Nazir. The topic of today's lecture is inheritance. What is inheritance? And we will discuss different types of inheritance like public inheritance, private inheritance, and protected inheritance. So let's get started. So first we will see the public inheritance. What is public inheritance? This is the base class. We will directly understand the concept by understanding the code. So this is the base class. So we use the same name as the base, which is the parent class, class base, and we use the three access specifiers, all three access specifiers in the base class: the private section, protected section, and public section. In the private section, we have created a function which name is private function, and the content inside is I am private. This function will simply print a statement on the screen. The second part is the protected section, in which we have a function, protected function, that will simply print a statement I am protected. After that, the public section, and in public section we simply define a function, public function, that prints only I am public. I took a very simple example to explain all three types of inheritance in detail. So this is the base class. The next is the derived class or child class. So class child, this is another class which is inherited from the base class. And here we are creating a public inheritance with the name of base, that is the superclass or base class. We define the access specifier public. It means that we make the base class public, so we can access all the members of base class. Either it is public, and can we access the protected members or the private members? Always keep in mind that the private members of a class can only be accessible in the class. They are not accessible outside the class. In the same way, the protected members of a class only accessible in the inherited class, in the derived class. They are not allowed to access outside the class. While the public section, that is allowed to access anywhere in the derived class or outside the class or in any other class. There is no any restriction for public, but the restriction is for protected and private. Private can only access inside the class in which it's declared, and the protected are only accessible in the inherited class, in the child classes. So we were talking about the public inheritance. So by using the public keyword, we define that the base class has a public access, means everybody can access the members of the base class. So in the child class, we simply use only the public access specifiers, and we haven't declared any function or any variable in the child class, so the child class is empty. After that, in the main function, we simply created the object of derived class, child class, that is child P. This is the main example of inheritance. Along with, we will understand the public inheritance, protected inheritance, and private inheritance. So let's see what's first of all the public inheritance. So first of all, we will see that when we declare a base class as public, which section of the class we can access outside the class or in the derived classes. So first we will call the public section. So here we call the, with the derived class object b.public function, we call this section, that is the public section. We call this section, and it simply gives us result I am public. It means that we can access the public section, the public element or the public members of a base class in the public inheritance. What about the protected inheritance? So when we will try to call the same with the same object the protected function, this is the protected section. In the previous slide, we called the public function, that was accessed and we got the results. But now we are trying to access the protected function. Can we access it? Does the public inheritance allow us to access the protected members? No. It will generate an error, as you can see that. What's an error? The error is protected function is protected. Means that the protected function, which is this function, is protected. We can't access it because this function can only be accessed in the child class. We cannot access this outside the class. This is the main body. We cannot access the protected function outside the class, outside the child class, right? The protected function is only allowed to access inside the child class. So what we will do to access the protected function, we will create a function void show in the child class, and in the child class we will call the protected function. So here we created a function which name is show, and in the show we call the protected function. It will allowed. Why? Because it's a child class and we are accessing the protected function. So as we have discussed earlier, that's the rule, that the protected part or protected member or variables can only be accessible in the child classes. So here we can access the protected function. So if we want to get the results, so what we will do, we will simply call the show method with the B object. Then when it will call it, when we will call the show function, it will call the protected function, and then there will be no any error will be generated. So it will simply give us the results I am public, which is called by b.public function, and then we call b.show, which calls further protected function, and it gives us the I am protected results. Okay, we have discussed the public functions, that when the base class, the inheritance is public, we can access the public section without any restriction. But while accessing the protected section, we have to first access it in child class and then we can access it outside the class. So what about the private members? Keep in mind that private members are inaccessible. We cannot, even if the inheritance is public, we cannot access the private members, because the private members are only allowed to use inside the class in which they are declared. We cannot use the private section outside the class or in any other class. This private section is only accessible, allowed, or visible inside that specific class in which it's declared. So how we can access the private functions? How can we access the private variables? So here is another way to access the private function, is that if we want to access the private functions, so first we have to call them in its own public functions or protected functions. If we want to access the private function, so first we have to call them using the public access specifier in the public section or the protected section. Let's understand with an example. So here is the private section in which we have a function, private function. I have told you that we cannot access this outside the class or in any class. So how we can access it? I have told you that this is the rule, that the private section is only allowed to access inside the class. So this is the class boundary. This is a full class. We can use the private function in the protected function. We can use the private function in the public section. So here we use the private function inside the public function, because the public section is allowed to be accessed outside the class. So when we want to access the private function, so first we will use that private section with the same class public section. Means the private member functions can only be accessed by the same class function and same class variables. So the public function is the same class function which is declared in the same scope. So in the public function we call the private function, and after that we print the statement I am public. So now if I call b.public function, then it will call first of all the private function which is the part of the same class. It will call the private function and then it will simply print the I am public. So here is the output, I am private and I am public. So let's summarize the public inheritance. In the public inheritance, which areas are visible and what are the visibility rules? When driving a class from a public base class, public members of the base class becomes the public members of the derived class, as this is base class and this is child class derived class. So the public members of the base class become the public members of the child class, mean we can access the public members inside the child class and outside the classes. The other rule, the second rule is the protected members of the base class becomes protected member of the derived class. So the protected members of the base class becomes the protected members of the child class, means we can only access them in the derived classes. We cannot access the protected members outside the class directly. And the last one is a base class private members are never accessible directly from a derived class, but can be accessed through calls to the public and protected members of the base class, as we have discussed in the previous example. So this is all about the public inheritance. In the next lecture, we will see the protected and private inheritance. Thank you very much.